I've got a problem. And I call this problem my yarn stash. Okay, perhaps problem is a bit of an overstatement, but my yarn stash is just a little bit bigger than I would like it to be, and it's been a bit bigger than I would like it to be for a while now. And so this year I really want to focus on knitting from out of my stash and not buying any new yarn. So I thought perhaps we could go through all my yarn together, plan out some projects, and hopefully get rid of some yarn this year. So what I've done already in advance of filming this video is putting every single skein that I have in my yarn stash in my Ravelry stash. So after I put all my yarn into Ravelry, it gives me the amount of skeins that I have. So according to them, it's 120 skeins. I'm not sure how they calculate that, and because I'm not so sure, I instead did it myself by summing up the total amount of grams that I have, divided it by 50, and that gives me 240 skeins. So I'm assuming roughly the same thing, but with 100 gram skeins. But because I'm not 100% sure, I'm just going to use my own method, and we'll go from there. So now we have that out of the way, let's discuss some yarn, because I'm assuming that's what you're here for. Now I have a couple of yarns that I obviously bought with the intention of using in a certain project. So let's get through those first. My very first project will be the zipper sweater by Petite. These are the yarns that I got for that. I've got drops of Lima in this navy colour. It's the number 9016. And then I will hold it together with Dropskit Silk in the colour 28. So this will be my zipper sweater. It will definitely be something I want to knit up this year. And if I don't, you are allowed to yell at me. Hello, cat. The second project that I have in mind is the Ingrid sweater, and for that I have Hobbii's Highland wool. This is the yarn that I want to use for that. Now this does not meet gauge or anything. I was planning on using mohair with this, but the mohair that I had did not work with it, so there's a cat incoming. Yes. So I'm just gonna hold this together, do gauge swatch, and go from there. That's the plan for this yarn. Just for transparency, this yarn was gifted to me from Hobbii for one of their past campaigns. Then I have some yarn that I bought with the intention of a project that is not going to be that project in the end. This is Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino in the colour Koala. I originally got this for a write-off by Knitting for Olive, but I since then changed my mind and I will be making the square neck camisole. Alright, so that is this basket. Just move it out of the way so we know we've got it done. This is my sock yarn basket, which is getting out of hand, mainly because I've been starting to use the excuse, oh, but it's sock yarn, so you know there will always be projects to make with it because it's sock yarn and I can make socks. How often do I make socks, you may ask? Not that much. So this is the result of that. Now I do have lots of sock projects in mind for this year. Will I get to them all? Probably not, but at least I've got them planned. My original plan was to make one pair of socks every month. Not realistic. So instead I will say one pair of socks every 2 months. So basically a sock per month. That seems doable. So that's my plan. Alright, so let's go through some of my sock plans. Yes, meow. I, for a very long time, have wanted to make the Ruffle socks by Petite. And for that I have this Len yarns Jawoll in this colour, because I wanted something basic but with not just white, because that seemed boring to me. So this is the yarn that I chose instead. This is the number 725. I also got the same yarn in white, and with that I wanted to make the Belleville socks, which is also a sock with like a little ruffle. I will be doing that with this white sock yarn. And I have it in one more colour, the yellow colour way, which is number 2143, and with this I wanted to make the Yolanda socks. Then I've got some sock yarn that is I'm not necessarily going to use for socks. This is from Studio Twisty sock in the colour Hairspray. I started making socks with this and I was like, what am I doing? It's way too pretty to be used for socks. And so instead I will be making the mini mock neck tank by Jessie made designs with this yarn, and I'm very excited about it. And I will get onto this as soon as possible, because look at this yarn. I'm sorry, but look at those colours. It's so pretty. Some more yarn that I thought was just too pretty to make socks with, and I think it will lend itself really well to the Camisole number 7 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. And so that is what I'll be making with this beautiful yarn. And then this is truly the epitome of my colour. If you know me, you know me. Green, when it's green, I will buy it, right? You know. So, this is just like, yeah, it's so pretty. This is sock yarn by Wat Wollie, which is a Dutch yarn brand, hand dyed. It's just so pretty. I wanted to make a camisole with this as well. Not 100% sure which one yet, but we'll get there eventually, and it's so good. This is also sock yarn, but it's a 100% merino sock yarn. And again, this is totally my colour, so I get why it was picked for me. But because it's 100% merino, I don't know if I want to make socks with this. I don't know if I trust that. Like, it is a sock yarn. If I'm not mistaken, it is a sock yarn. But I'm just not sure if I trust that. So instead I think I'll be making a head out of this. Because, I mean, this is Badcattoo yarn. Also hand dyed in the Netherlands, and this is the colour Slate Green. I also have some leftover sock yarn in here that I've used, and some mohair combination that I've used for the winter cabled head. So just some leftovers, and I want to make some mittens out of this. And now I'm gonna quick fire some basic little sock combinations that I've made for just some basic socks. Those were some of the sock combinations that I have in mind. Let's get to the third basket. We'll ignore this basket for now, okay? We'll get there eventually, just not right now. Alright, this is maybe a bit of a weird basket as well. This is basically like sweater / camisole quantities I don't have plans with yet. So the most of this is either just, most of this is yarn that I bought for a specific project that didn't work out, and now it's just here. My cat has a bit of attachment issues, which normally is great because that means she loves cuddling. And right now, it's a bit annoying. not gonna lie. Next up is this Friends Extra Fine Merino by Hobbii in these colours. I've originally got this for a blanket that I'm making for one of their campaigns, but both these colours just didn't suit the rest of the colours, and so I didn't end up using these. Now I've used some of this for my hipster head by Petite, and I'm thinking about also making one in this colour, because I just think these really bright colours are very nice to make hats with, because it's just, you know, an accessory. And I don't think if I were to make a camisole or a t-shirt out of this that I would wear it as much. So that's my plan for now. This is yarn that's also given to me by a friend who didn't want it anymore. This is Hobbii Zafira. This is a questionable yarn. It is 55% cotton, 27% wool, and 80% acrylic, and it's incredibly scratchy. I don't know what they put in this yarn that makes it so unbearable, but it's just not great. And I really, really hope that it will soften up once you've blocked it. And I have knitted up something with this yarn, so I want to block that and see how it will, like, hopefully it will soften up. And if it does, I think I will make a blanket out of this yarn. If it doesn't, I might just give this away, because I will not use it for anything else if it doesn't soften up. This is some Hobbii Kid Silk, Friends Kid Silk. I really wanted to try this yarn out. I got this originally for my Ingrid sweater, but it was just a lot browner than it looked on the website, so it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And now I have a sweater quantity of Kid Silk in this beigey colour. I think what I want to do is either get some really nice variegated yarn and hold this yarn with that to kind of mimic the Noro that was used in the Terrazzo sweater by Petite, because I really, really like the way that yarn looks. Or perhaps this would be wild, I can make a scrap yarn skein and use that with this. Don't know if that would work out, but that would be really, really cool if it would work out. And then this is all basically all just single skeins that don't have a project. I have some leftover mohair, which, if you know what to do with this, please do let me know, because I'm just like, what do I do with these like little amounts of mohair in different colours? The colours do look great together, but I'm just like, I'm not quite sure what to do with this. So if you have like a project or you know a pattern, then please do feel free to send it to me, and like maybe comment below suggestions, because I'm not sure. Yeah, it's all just like single skeins. I've got a couple of single green skeins that I really want to, that's not green, that I really want to use to make fake plants with, because I have cat. Cat likes eating plants, and so fake plants would be great. It also would mean that I can't kill them, which is a double plus. These are just, I mean, if I were to talk, I'm already filming for like half an hour. If I were to talk through all of this in its entirety, it would just take too long. These are just a couple of skeins that don't really have a great plan yet. I will be like cross-referencing and queuing up the yarn with some projects in my Ravelry Queue. So if you do want to know what I will be planning to make with these skeins, then you can follow me on Ravelry and look through there, I suppose. And then this is my duffel basket. This is full of cotton, and I don't knit with cotton. I don't necessarily hate knitting with cotton like a lot of people do. It's just more so that I don't really like the way will turn out, because knitting cuts will a little bit more of a stretchy yarn, in my opinion, than just cotton, because cotton is just not stretchy enough for the things I would want to make with cotton. So this is my crochet basket. This is our cotton that I will probably crochet up instead of knitting up. However, I'm definitely more in a knitting phase at the moment. I don't want to get rid of all of this, because I will for sure be returning to crochet. But until then, I will probably not touch this. So again, I will just be going through Ravelry, see if I can find some patterns that will inspire me to maybe tackle this. But until then, I'll focus on the other projects. Alright, so that was all my yarn and my planned projects. I'll be working on this for the rest of the year. So if you want to follow me along with that journey, then please do feel free to subscribe. Give me a like to tell me that you like this video. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok or Pinterest. And until then, happy knitting. Do you have anything else to say? Goodbye.